You know, let's go into nose ring theory. Listen, we have a lot of septum piercings on financial audit. And whenever we get a good septum piercing on financial audit, that's when you know it's going to be an episode that enrages me more than most. So I want to go over nose ring theory. What's actually going on? It's from a creator I personally don't know, the Dadvocate. And we'll see what's going on.
Hey again, guys.
Guys, in 2025, says the septum piercing person.
Got a fun one for you today that I think you're going to find interesting. Nose ring theory. And I just know that when I say that, half of you are going to be confused and the other half of you somehow know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what she's talking about. In fact, I had the most socialist person I've ever talked to in my life in a couples episode that I filmed yesterday. Mixed with her boyfriend, who's on the left, but not far left. So like he was an incredibly reasonable person. Because anyone that's willing to be nuanced on the left or right and center, like they're like great. You can have a conversation with them about anything and you can disagree or agree or slightly disagree or slightly agree. It's whatever. But his septum piercing, full socialist extremist was crazy. And his reactions to her were fucking wild. I cannot wait for you guys to see that episode. It's crazy. She's trying to convince him to move to, she said Italy, but little does she know, everyone in her community calls the Italian prime minister a fascist. So good luck.
Even if you've never heard of it before. I will explain everything I've learned about this theory, show you some examples, and then give you my 2 cents on this whole thing. So to take you on the journey that I went down to get here, I'll show you the video that I first saw that introduced me to this whole thing.
So I'm 24 years old and I've been—
Oh, fuck. Someone get her on financial audit immediately. Whoa, you know her finances are fucked. She probably has an OF.
trying my hand at dating men specifically for probably about 5-6 years now in a serious way. I'm single at the moment. My boyfriend and I just broke up recently, and I have probably dated about like 4 to 5 men seriously. Keep running into the same issues.
She is not my type. Do not say that. Do not ever put this on me ever again. I will ban you.
Every single time I date a man, and I've been trying to like really get to the root of what it is. And now,
yeah, septum piercing specifically, because septum piercing, yeah, that's kind of like a nose ring, you know, that's not necessarily bad, or earrings or anything like that. Lip ring, definitely. Clitoral ring, but a nose ring itself isn't like, but the septum piercing, it should be septum piercing theory specifically.
I know what you're thinking. You probably have a type. I do not have a type. These men don't know each other. They're not friends. They're not from the same area. They don't look alike. I really do not have a type.
Sure, you have fangs.
The only thing that these men have in common is that they are men. I really have been reflecting a lot and trying to figure out what like the root of all these issues is. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect, but
what issues? It's called dating. You'll go on 99 dates. 98 of them won't work out, and 1 will if you're lucky. I don't know. What the fuck?
I'm not the reason that any of these relationships ended. One of the main issues that I've come to recognize is that I don't think men are really socialized to know what it means to truly love someone. Like,
young men have a lot of issues, but young women also have a ton of issues when it comes to socialization. This is the younger generation. They're maturing slower due to lack of life experience. That is equally going for both genders. I don't know what she's talking about. Of course, she's not willing to take any accountability for anything. That's to say, as she probably says about every single guy, a red flag.
Love their partner and care for their partner. Obviously, I'm not saying this is all men, but I think it's just not normalized for them to like, I don't know, just like, I guess I don't know how to phrase it. What I'm saying, for example, is that every single one of these men individually has looked me in my eyes and told me that I am the love of their life. I'm the most important.
They wanted to fuck. They wanted to fuck. Welcome to dating. Again, this is the lack of life experience that these people have. Like, everything is so big and extreme that literally everyone has gone through in the world of dating. Like, what the fuck?
Important person in their life that they would take a bullet for me. And every single one of them has treated me horribly, okay? I don't know about you, but when I tell somebody they're the love of my life and that they're the person I care about the most, I show it.
By sucking their blood? I don't know. What?
Like, I'm treating them accordingly. Part of it that really trips me up is that they believe it. They actually believe in their heart that I'm the love of their life and I'm the person they care about the most. I start calling it out. I would be like, you do not love me and you do not care about me.
Oh, great. She sounds like a thrill to date. Someone able to have a very productive conversation.
Like, point blank, period. Otherwise, you wouldn't be treating me badly. And they will argue, and they get genuinely, like, offended. They get offended. Honestly.
Because you're being kind of a bitch. I don't know. I mean, like, you're making it hard to have these conversations, right? It's like, it's not a productive conversation.
Pity them because I don't think they're socialized to know what that means. And, like, I don't know how to get it across in a meaningful way to them.
See, these TikToks, guys, by the way, these TikToks, if you ever come across anything like this, any shorts like this, any TikToks like this, send them in the Discord because I need to see them so I can react to them on stream. Because I don't even know how to find something as crazy as that. That's fucking wild.
Like, they just don't listen. And I'll be like, okay, you wouldn't have done this bad thing to me if you actually loved me in the way that you say you do.
Okay, she's impossible to date. Come on. And we've all been on the other side of this conversation. Nothing happened and she's freaking out.
Like, that is not what love is. That's not what love is. When you love someone, you don't do things to intentionally or even unintentionally hurt them. Why is that considered love to you?
Hey guys, she's dated a lot of men and all of them have hurt her, and she's never been able to figure out why, and they all do the same exact thing, and they're always the reason that the relationship ends, and it's never her, and nothing's ever been her fault at all.
It's like, I don't know where it's coming from. I honestly pity them because that has to be awful, but like, I can't handle it anymore, dude.
So in this video, this girl is describing her troubles with finding a good man. She insists that she doesn't have a type, that none of these men really have anything in common, but for some reason, in the end, they always end up treating her horribly. And this led many in the comments to speculate that it must be something about her that is the common denominator.
And I'm sure it's a balance between both, but when someone immediately goes out and suggests it's everyone besides themselves, I start to think it's themselves. Hatoix for the membership on YouTube.
And unfortunately, since it's such a short TikTok video and we don't really get much insight onto greater parts of her personality, and she's not very open about what her most major flaws are to figure out why she's attracting such mean men or why her relationships are always driven to turmoil.
Oh, you're right. They do all have one thing in common. Her.
People began to theorize, because it's one of the most noticeable things about her, that it could potentially have to do with the amount of piercings she has. In fact, these two comments right next to each other say, the piercing theory is so true.
Septum piercing, specifically for me, I'd say.
With over 700 likes. And again, don't know, don't care, nose ring theory with over 1,200 likes. So you might be wondering, like I did, what about having a bunch of metal in your face would cause someone to treat you poorly? I mean, sure, the style isn't everyone's type, but these men were clearly attracted enough to her to date her, so then what is it that's causing the relationships to not go well? So I decided to look into what these men were referencing when they talked about the piercing theory, or
Zach says he likes septum piercings. I personally never had anything against it in terms of looks. All of a sudden, just like a lot of them that I've interacted on my show that have them tend to be some of the craziest fuckers I've ever met. I know there's very normal people out there with septum piercings because it's just a look thing. It's an aesthetic thing. I don't really care. We like to joke about it, but it is kind of interesting.
Hi, listen here, Financial Audit. I've curated the exact resources and tools I personally use or would use if I was in certain situations. So take advantage of these offers in the resources section in the description below. The first one, I've moved my investments to Webull. Do the same and transfer to my investing app of choice, and you get cash bonuses of $200 all the way up to $30,000 depending on initial funding amount, and up to 8.1% APY on your money, and up to 3.5 matches for your IRA. And then number 2, a great new checking account that I've switched over from SoFi, and it's called Chime. Get that $550 bonus when you sign up with direct deposit and get almost 4% on your money just sitting there. And then 3, automate your investing with Acorns. Usually sign-up incentives are only $5, but you get $20 with my link. Number 4, you can increase your income and boost your resume with a course career certification. 5, if T-Mobile is good in your area, switch to Helium and get a literal $0 a month phone plan for the same exact service. But most importantly, go get your free Hammer financial score and see where you stand in the world of finances. Take the assessment at calebhammer.com. You will not regret any of these. Change your life today.
The nose ring theory. And this was the top video I found.
Have y'all ever heard of the septum piercing theory? If you have a septum piercing, you may not want to look it up. I'm always the last person to hear about shit.
She sounds like an alcoholic or drug addict, opiate user. What is happening? She's, I got the drug addict.
So this is common knowledge. It's dead ass. It's actually dead ass. Because it says that every person that has a septum piercing makes their trauma their entire personality.
Well, honestly, true. And their trauma is halftime fake, if we're being honest. And they're convinced they got trauma from TikTok.
And she agrees? It's dead ass.
Like I said, dead ass.
Damn, straight from the horse's mouth. Or maybe I should say straight from the bull's mouth. You know, because you get it. And if even the person with the nose ring is saying it's true, I mean, there's gotta be something there. And
Yeah.
And this is just even more hilarious when we take that theory and then reference back to the first video where the girl was making her relationship trauma her entire personality. Okay, that might have been a little reductive. After all, it was just one video. Surely her entire profile isn't like that.
Yo, you guys never told me how cool it is to have a dad. Like, this is
What the fuck?
a secret that's been kept from me, okay? I grew up with 3 moms. My mommy issues are off the charts.
Okay, sure. I mean, so maybe she doesn't have a dad and has a ton of self-proclaimed mommy issues, but that doesn't mean trauma's her entire personality.
Of course not.
I have psoriasis. Not
Oh, this is the person I had on the show that I filmed with yesterday. Oh my goodness, I hated her. And you guys will see her on an upcoming Monday soon. Oh boy, fucking whoo! This is her. This is her to the fucking core.
like a little psoriasis.
Except she's also tearing down her husband with her. Well, boyfriend. Husband? I don't remember.
Like all over my entire body. When I tell you, my whole body looks like this.
Okay, so she has a bit of medical trauma too, but I mean, there's
Everything's
more
trauma.
to her.
You have medical issues. I'm sorry. Fuck's sake. I have a panic disorder. I don't have panic trauma. Fuck's sake.
Nothing normal can ever happen to me. I think I attract chaos.
Okay, so attracting chaos, it might be a little red flag, but I mean, there's gotta be something normal here.
Not to be a man hater or anything.
Oh, fuck.
Actually, no, fully to be a man hater. Fully
there
to be a
she
man
is.
hater.
Oh, okay, I guess she
Mask
also
off!
just doesn't like men. I mean, you could have brought that up when you were theorizing on why your relationships with men might be going poorly. I'm starting to connect the dots. Now, when I first started looking into nose ring theory, I didn't think that I would take it seriously at all. I thought it would just be a good laugh.
Oh, it's real, girl. Oh, it's fucking real.
But the more I looked into it, the more I think that it might actually hold some weight, because I did find quite a number of studies that have strong correlations between individuals with a lot of piercings and tattoos and how they are perceived and who they attract. This study seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos
Yeah, why date men if you don't want to date men? Great question. It's a fantastic question. We'll never get to the bottom of it.
scored significantly higher than those without for sensation-seeking and risk-taking behaviors. This other study that I found seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos, specifically women, scored significantly higher for extroversion and assertiveness, meaning they are more aggressive socially. This study that I found in Psychology Today examines how people with tattoos and piercings are perceived, and the most popular finding was that they are perceived to be more sexually promiscuous, and that they
Ooh, let me go find myself one.
tend to attract people who are looking for more casual relationships than serious ones. And many other studies seem to point to people with piercings and tattoos having higher correlations with impulsivity and more experience with trauma and adversity. This study from BMC Psychology seemed to find a strong correlation between body modifications and people who experienced childhood abuse and neglect. And this one really stood out to me. This one found a notable prevalence of individuals with a high number of body modifications and borderline personality disorder.
Shocked. We're all shocked. Thanks, Riley, for the hammer elite. Good thing I only have tattoos. So you only have 2 traumas. That's the math.
Now, this is not to say that individuals with piercings and tattoos are all degenerate problem children undeserving of love. I myself have a belly button piercing and an entire side piece, and I find
Sounds like trauma to me.
myself to be pretty well adjusted and have had a lot of success in my relationships. But it does beg the question, could there be any legitimacy to the nose ring theory, or is it mostly just something that jerks shout at people they disagree with online?
Nah, it's probably more of a bubble thing. People that they agree with or people that agree with them on everything kind of look like that, and you kind of assimilate the people you look like. That's why I assimilate with looking like a fat fuck.
Line when they happen to have a nose ring. My ultimate conclusion? Probably both. Obviously, even with all of these studies and research papers, you're never going to be able to make a correct, sweeping blanket generalization about every one kind of person who looks a certain way. In the case of the first video we watched, where the girl is describing her issues with relationships with men, we know that people did at least initially find her very attractive, as she even said,
dude, she'd be cute if she was a little, less fucking white powder on her face like she's trying to get apart in Mulan. And then took the crazy piercings out. Piercings can be cute, but I mean, that's like she has weapons. But I guess that's my type, and that's subjective. But I also don't want a fucking hole through my dick. I already got one of those. Don't want two. Don't want three.
End of the video that I cut off, that both men and women have described completely falling in love with her. And when I first listened to her story, I wasn't even making any judgments about her physical appearance. I was truly waiting for the other shoe to
How do you feel about freckles? I find them quite attractive. Very attractive.
drop of when she was going to describe some consistent patterns of behavior that might lead to all of this correlation. In her case, I definitely think that being a vocal man-hater was probably the linchpin in the disruption in her relationships with men, but certainly not all women with piercings and tattoos feel that way. In fact, here are some examples.
$5 telling me not to plateau or fall back into gaining weight. I'm not gonna, definitely don't want to fall back into gaining weight. I will be honest, I've plateaued over the past couple weeks, but getting back on it. And I'm starting by filming an episode of Fat and Fatter today, earlier, where we ate the entire Taco Bell menu.
Examples of super pierced and tattooed girls in very happy relationships with men.
Oh, fuck. Is that her? No, it's a different username. Similar thing, though. Similar nose thing. Well, similar, maybe it is. It's a different name, though. Different username. No revenge because my BF and I have a relationship most people can only dream of. Yeah, we all dream of this. And are committed to each other for eternity. Via a blood sacrifice, maybe. I don't know. My girlfriend, nice about it. Supportive or a little intense. Anytime I want to get something yummy, she is definitely not in favor of that. She's good. No, she's very supportive. As we think about our future, she wants me to be healthy, be able to be around for a long time, be an active, if, kids get involved, active papa. So, yeah, it's important. Oh, what the fuck? Oh! What the fuck? He's such a normal dude. Why is he doing this to himself? Oh!
What is this? What is this, please?
Also, it's so funny how they always go for the nerdy gamer guys. But this is what makes the nose ring theory so complex, because if the first video were to be enough to prove that it's accurate, then all of these other videos should be enough to disprove it, right? At the end of the day, the nose ring theory is just that. A theory, an idea worth discussing.
Scientific
Is it true that
theory.
people with a lot of tattoos and piercings tend to be a bit more rebellious, chaotic, and traumatized? Yeah, probably, but does it make them inherently
Country boys love goth girls. That was more than just goth, though.
undateable? No. Some of them are. Some of them are absolutely undateable, but not all of them. As with most things, it's a case-by-case scenario, and it's always more important to pay attention to how a person behaves or what they believe in than it is to try and find secret clues in how they look or dress. Anyway, that has been my analysis on nose ring theory. If you liked my coverage, Millie, and grow my channel. In the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in the theory based on everything that's ever been on my show. Make sure to join the Discord, by the way. Join the Discord. Come on, hang out. Well, that's Papa Gut's Discord. join my Discord right here. You can you post your YouTube videos here that you want me to react to, or Reddit threads, or Twitter posts, or I guess X posts, or TikTok videos. Go ahead and join that at the Caleb Hammer Live link tree. Hey, Caleb Hammer stream fans, make sure you get your financial score for free. Take the assessment at calebhammer.com or dollarwise.com. It's free. See where you stand in the world of finances.